Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. Today we're doing Jinjer Retrospection live reaction. And it's going to be an interesting one because I've been really back and forth with Jinjer songs I've done so far, where I always appreciate what they're doing, but I'm not always responding to the particular song in question. So it's going to be interesting in this particular song if I'm going to like it or not. It's always kind of a 50-50. As I told you guys many times before, I'm just like emotional response. I get an emotional response from myself that I'm feeling something. That means I like it. I'm not going to try to logically convince myself that it's good, but what I can do is if I don't like it, I usually don't like to just trash on something, call something trash, horrible, or it sucks. I try to, as best as I can, in the best way that I can, logically explain why I understand, first of all, they deserve to be where they are and how good they are in particular. But without any further ado, let's stop the talk and let's get into the reaction. Let's not waste any more time. What we got here? Live in Australia.
Кто тебя выхаживал, грусть любовью скрашивал, позднею весной порастет травой тот, кто тебя нес над головой.
Her voice is dramatically different in Russian than it is in English. And I actually like her Russian singing. I think it's very pleasant, very nice. Yeah, this band, they're always doing something different with their songs. And I really like her stage presence. That's one of the things I like about her the most. Is she has a great stage presence. Not to mention, she's also really pretty. You know what? She reminds me of like different female vocalists. I really loved the Arch Enemy, their first female vocalist they had. I loved her growling. So obviously, I kind of enjoy what this girl is doing here as well.
My heart is elsewhere as I roam and roam until I find myself alone. Childhood of misery is lifelong injury. No, it's not for me what I've always had. Father's love beyond the mother's love. Twice my steps to fall back into my nose. You know nothing was up close. Just a feel well, I'm supposed to be.
You know what? I think I'm starting to take a grasp of what is not hitting with me with this band. And it's that there is I will admit to many of you guys, I will admit that I am an old school metalhead, and when I say old school metalhead, that I do particularly like the very aggressive, very kind of aggressive performances, and very kind of lively and kind of like almost like a punch in your face. And she brings this very poppy vibe into a what I would call a death metal band. And the way the guys play the instruments and how they kind of fade. For example, the drummer went into almost like black metal territory with his like blast beat drumming, and then the way the guitars kind of try to complement it. There's so many things happening here in one song that it's hard for me to emotionally grasp to one element and like it. And I think that's because maybe it's either just not in the realm of what I like. It's not responding with me because I need more time to digest it. And that's just how I'm feeling in the moment. It's maybe something that comes to me with more listens. You know, like sometimes you'll listen to a song like, well, this sucked, and then you listen to it more and more and more and more, and then you realize, wait a minute, why didn't I like it in the first place? So maybe something like this is gonna happen with this band because there is great talent within from every single person that's here. But at the same time, my emotional response is I have to convince myself to like this, and I cannot per se I particularly do because I don't like her poppy performances personally. I can't say that any of the music is it's not very accessible. You know, it's not doesn't mean it's bad, but it's not very accessible. It takes time to get into. I can't get onto the rhythms or the riffs that they're creating. It almost seems like jazz because jazz is so improvisational and there's so much going on. For example, I don't like jazz, and I know in some many people's ears like, what? Are you crazy? Love blues. Never liked the jazz, especially improvisational jazz. It just sounds like noise to my ears. And in some ways, I think this relates to me why I'm not particularly like I have a 50-50 with this band. Like one song I like, one song I don't like, one song is this way, that way. The only thing I can say for sure is that they're extremely talented, and I absolutely understand why you guys love them. Absolutely understand. I can just all I can say is difference of opinion here. Yeah, very black metal.
Is there one that go homesick? Am I just in the past? That's why my pain lives in your strength. Cause the present moves so fast.
I like her shoes though. Yeah. Sorry guys. Again, I'm not. As you can see, my face is pretty plain. I haven't responded. Like I'm not trying to pretend or be critical on purpose, overly critical. I just didn't respond with this band. And just so you guys understand, I think I've mentioned it also before, is that I am this critical with bands that I like. I'm not just critical with what you guys show me. I am this critical with bands that I like. I've always been. That's just kind of my personality. I'm extremely critical when I watch movies. I'm extremely critical when I play video games. Um, but at the end of the day, my criticism goes to the side if I can just like something. For example, I am well aware Slayer, one of my probably second or first favorite band of all time. Uh, I realized after Diablos and Musica, and most likely Diablos and Musica, their career went down. They were never the same. South of Heaven was their peak, right? Seasons in the Abyss is my favorite album. Uh, with Megadeth, I think I like the first 3 or 4 albums. I do not like anything. I can't say I like Symphony of Destruction, but euthanasia, everything afterwards, not a fan. Not a fan. So you understand that I am this critical with bands that I absolutely love. And at the same time, from Megadeth, Rust in Peace is probably my favorite or close to favorite thrash metal album ever fucking written. Um, I think it's important to acknowledge how you feel inside, but be open-minded enough to understand that just because I feel this way doesn't mean that whatever I listened to was bad. It just didn't jive with me. Maybe I want to keep listening. I want to keep trying. I want to keep discovering and listening to this band because I know myself. There's been many times where I just denied something for years, and I tried to listen to it multiple times, and then the 10th time is when it kind of hits me. I remember the first time I listened to Sepultura, I thought it was the loudest band I've ever heard in my life, and it's noise. It's not music. And then 6-7 years later, when my brain changed taste and it progressed in heavy metal, I came back to Sepultura. I was like, how do I did not like this in the beginning? Because Beneath the Remains is arguably one of the best thrash metal albums or thrash death metal albums ever written. So I think it's important to take that into account and almost have this kind of conversation with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the reaction though, despite the fact that I might have not said what you wanted to hear. Despite maybe you enjoyed just the reaction itself, the kind of in the moment thinking of my brain. I'm just kind of laying out everything that's going on here and here. And if you did, guys, subscribe for more on this channel so we can have these kind of conversations about different bands. I actually quite enjoy the conversation with most of you guys. On occasion, you get like somebody who's an ultra fan of the band. They get really upset when you don't like something. But other than that, most of you guys are quite reasonable, and I really love having conversations with you guys. And if any of you guys ever want to jump on for a podcast with me for like a 10-15 minute conversation about a band, about a topic of heavy metal, I'll be more than glad to do it because I thought it'd be really fun. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.